Hey everybody, welcome. Let me switch the image over. No, 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 no. Want that one. Transition. There we go. Okay. Um, as I stated, I would take this block to work and sand it at work, and that's just what I did. I glued the backbone on, so all that is a stiffener. And when we cut this off, I'll just hold it on the table like this and cut this each side one at a time, which is not a big deal. We're going to use that good wood that I got the other day. We're going to give it a whirl and see how it molds up. Let's see here. We want to use a piece of, well, I thought I had it picked out here. Yeah, this is it right here, I could guess, yeah. This is it right here. Remember what I told you about finding the way the wood conforms the best way, one way or the other. So we're going to bend it this way. So this particular buck is a little bit more than 3 inches around. So we're going to put a center line on this. Now this is a broken piece of wood, but we're not going to let that stop us. There's my... Nothing for it's only wood. We got glue. Plenty of glue. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a center line. That's where I'm going to fold this at, or bend it around. And seeing that this particular piece is wider than 3 inches at the front, we're going to have to scab on some wood. So we want to clean up make a straight edge on both sides of the piece of wood. You do not want a glue joint in the center where you're going to fold it, because it will open up. So we've cleaned that up. Now I'm going to put, well, it doesn't much matter what end I put to either side. Okay, where's the square? Yeah, we can use this one, I suppose. Let's figure out which side is which, because I don't want to reverse the wood. I want to keep it orientated in the same direction. So this is how it went together on this side. So this is the side we're going to use. But I'm going to square the end off, because I'm going to make a stake joint with carbon fiber. But the only way I can do it, seeing that was broken. So now, in order to do this job, I have to glue a piece of wood on this side and this side. So we're going to cut this right down the center. And that'll give us a machined edge for each side. We have a machined edge on this side, or a cut edge on this side, and this side, and right down the center. That's part of doing this, is try to do the least amount of work as possible. So let's see how that's gonna work. We have a little whoopee there, so we're gonna have to straighten that out. Didn't cut straight for some reason. Okay, let's turn this back this way. Yep, that'll work right there. Phil Myers. Good evening, Phil. Okay, wax paper on the bench. And I got some new glue yesterday. Let's see if it's any fresher. Probably not. We'll see. Yeah, ain't no way that thing, you're gonna bust through that. God damn. Ain't no way I'm gonna bust through that. There we go. Okay, a little trick you can do if you don't want to get the CA on your fingers, which I do from time to time, is back roll some masking tape. So you want to pull it together. Let's see here. I want to use that other glue. I want to see if this glue's any good. Pull it together, give it a drop. I haven't measured this buck or anything yet. And it'll be short. It'll be several inches short because it was broken. It's really not a big deal. I'll show you how to get over that. You want good tight joints. I've shown this before, but you know, repetition. So now, so this glue is good, so that's good. But I don't want to spew that much on it, so we'll use a small end here. Is it working? Yep. I'll tell you this, we got high, compressed air. I blew a hole in my mold with the air gun at work. But it's not a big deal. If you look right here, where I sprayed it with the air, it kind of dug a hole. It won't matter. So I want to get as much as I can out of this. Let's make sure that it's damn, it went right through to the wax paper. That glue's real good. The lumber is milled a little strange, but it's alright. We'll get it. We'll make it work. Come on, get off of there. Now, if you guys doing any molding, make sure that you sand it when it's flat. You don't want to sand it when it's molded. You can sand it lightly, but if you sand it much, you'll get a starved horse look. So we've knocked down that. Okay, we got ace bandage. "22 playbacks, 12 viewers." Okay, that feels pretty good. Sand it with 180 here. I don't want to feel the seam. Okay, I have to get my dressmaker's tape now. I know it's here somewhere. We're going to measure right at the front. Four inches. Okay. We're going to measure 4 inches on the inside. Probably should straighten that up, that end up there. Remember what I told you about stack tolerances. You want to put the ruler on at 2 inches and make a mark on each side. You don't want to measure, keep moving the ruler, because then you'll end up with stack tolerances. Let me clean this up here. Okay, 4 inches, and the piece that I have here is 19 3/4 long. So we're going to measure back 19 3/4, make a mark. 19 3/4. So we're going to need a piece this long to scab on it. But we need this measurement right here at 19 3/4, which is going to come out at 2 inches. which I kind of figured as much. So, four inches and 2 inches. Cut a little big because you're going to be trimming it off anyway. Oh, got a hard spot. Okay, this is our skin. Let's see what it weighs. This will be a good top block, I can tell you that right now. Six grams. Not bad, not bad. 6 grams. So with the bulkheads, it'd be about 7 grams or thereabouts. Okay, we need another piece. We need another piece right here. And we're going to continue on with this to the end. How are we going to do this? Seeing as I don't have my other square handy, just square it off by eye. I'm going to carbon fiber this joint right here together. It'll be fine. Well, this wood cutter kind of inconsistent with the thicknesses. Yeah, it don't matter. So only a couple thousandths. Can't complain for the weight of the wood. Okay. Now you can't glue this until after it's done. So don't even think about it. We need this piece to be six inches long. Six inches long. This will be right over the stab, and this will be actually a good area where I can sink the stab down into this to make it stronger as well. So that's a good thing. Sink the rudder down into it, I should say. the rudder is going to sit right on top of the stabilizer. So that when I say that, I'll draw it out for you. Come on, there we go. Okay, what I have in mind to strengthen all this up back here, because we're going to be split. When you look at the cross section of the fuselage, be an oval like this, and the stabilizer will be sit down here like so. The rudder will split right through the top and glue right to the rudder, so it makes a T like this. And with the bulkhead here and the bulkhead on top, everything becomes locked together. So you got the rudder locked to the bulkhead, locked to the skin, locked to the stabilizer, locked to the bulkhead on the bottom. So it's all solid that way. That way you won't get any flutter. You don't want the stabilizer going like that, because they're not very stable that way. So let's carry this line out this way. Come on now. I will probably start, at least tape this down before. That ain't right. Let's see here. Well, we'll get it cut off here. Now you wonder, well, why am I not using a square on the edge of the wood? Because I didn't square that. I squared it up with the center line of the fuselage. So, let's see where we're at now, how much of overlay we're going to have when we get to the end here. I guess it won't be bad. We might have to trim that. I know we'll have to trim it. Okay, I gotta start the tub up. It only takes a minute or so for this wood to get soft enough to bend. I wish I had my steam cabinet made, and I would just start the steam cabinet and set it in there, and it'd be done quickly. Ever how long it takes it to make steam. I hope you guys are learning something off the series. I don't know, I don't get a whole lot of feedback, so You know, I got a few guys tell me they are. I noticed that the series where I'm building gets more play than the chat sessions, so that's a good thing. Let's see where we're at here. We need to get this started to soak. Get my Progresso soup can. Just a few minutes in the water. I can already see, because I pre-stressed it or checked to see which way the grain is going. It's already starting to bend, so kind of important that you when you're molding to see which way the wood's going to bend. And I'm not saying that you'll get it right the first time, but after you do it a few times, you'll figure it out. Because I didn't get it right the first time. I said, well, we got it now. Nope, got the line on the wrong side. Oh well, and it's not ruined if you don't, but you just end up having the pen line on the wrong side. 15 viewers. Excellent connection. See, my bulkheads are still taped to the workbench, so I could find them. I lost my ring at work today. Probably never see it again. My mother gave me that ring before she passed away. Unbelievable. I know how it happened. Welding gloves. Had my hand in a welding glove. When I took them off, it come off. I've been on there for so long since my mom passed away 9 years ago. I never take it off. Heart broke. And I know them scumbags at work, if they find it, they ain't giving it back. It's worth too much. Okay. That's this wood's got some power in it. How you can tell it has some power in it is that it's warped up like this. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's kind of strange. But it is starting to bend this way. That's no fault of the miller. It's just the way the tree grew. I mean, so let's get started to wrapping. Put that on the center line, bring her down. Could have made it just a hair bigger, but we got it. So I'm going to tape it on here because I don't have any extra hands. just to get it started. And center up the line here. Well, I don't have a center line on that. That's good. Try to keep it centered up. At least we'll get it started centered, and if it I doubt it. I looked everywhere today. Yeah, I got a little off there. You know, if something's not right, you'll see me do that all the time. If something's not right, don't keep going. You know, straighten it out. Put one in the middle here. Got dirt all over it. My hands must be really dirty today. That won't matter. Okay, wrap it with an ace bandage. When we come back tomorrow, I'll be ready to trim up, make the bulkheads, start fitting it on the fuselage. Boy, my hands are filthy. Anyway, you saw the mold made from the beginning to the end. It's not that big a deal. Except I think this thing creaked again. Yeah, have to hold it, keep it from creeping. Could have made it just a smidge bigger. Yeah, that's where it goes. Now, how am I gonna mold this on here? Well, we're not going to glue it until after it's molded. So what I need to do here to hold that all together, this bandage not sticking. these bandages, when they get old, they kind of lose their adhesion. This bandage is probably 5 years old or so. Don't try to glue that on there and then mold it, because the glue is brittle, it'll break. I'm going to glue it after it's all dried up. Oh, man. Like, subscribe, and share the videos. See how nice that softwood bent over? Because I checked to see which way it was going to relieve. So this will be dry enough tomorrow, no problem. To go ahead and start getting it together. But I'm really in no rush to get this airplane done. This is definitely a next year airplane. Now the reason for the spine is this mold would have warped. After getting it wet, wrapping it with a bandage, it would have warped up. And if this don't come out perfect, we'll do another one. With a piece of my wood that's full length. But I think it'll be alright. Good stuff. So, that's that part. I need to start thinking about my stabilizer. How do I want to do my stab and elevator? So we'll set this aside. And I need to measure out how long I want it. That guy on the forum made his stabilizer 1 ounce. That's a good weight. The whole setup, elevator, stabilizer, hinges, horns, is going to be 3 ounces. Doesn't matter what you do. If it's lighter than that, it's not strong enough. We've built them over and over and over again in different ways. I've made them lighter. I've made them 2.5 ounces, but they're not strong enough. So, 27 on that one. 29 on that one. That's 30 on that one. So 27 to 29. So we'll make it 28.5. So I gotta pick out some good sheets. Now I can't use that ultralight stuff I got. Unfortunately, I want to, but it's broken. That's 332. I want 16th. Do I have any? Yep, 2 sheets. Okay. Now I had some ultralight. This is super light. I don't know where it came from. 16. Let's see here. This one. 16. But we're gonna mill this nut lumber down. Except you know what? It's gonna go squirrely on me. If I use a 1/2 by 1/2 trailing edge. Let's see what happens when I cut it. I just think it's gonna go sideways. It is. I can't use this. I can use this for trailing edge as long as I don't cut it. So what I might do is take my gouge and route it out inside. Matter of fact, I know that's what I'm going to do. I got a Dremel router table. I'll set the plunge router and route a 1/4 inch groove in this and lighten it up by 1/2 and not lose any strength. So I'm not going to do it tonight, but before I glue it on, I'll plunge route some slots in it like so, and I'll leave those right there for where the hinge pockets go, and I'll do them about every 2 inches. So we'll have to set some kind of jig up to do that. I don't want to do that tonight, but I'll take half the weight off of that. Let's see what that is. So if I cut that, I guess I could start whittling it down to size to see what it's going to weigh. These are 12s. 12. I need to check the scale. These are 12s. If it ain't 5 pounds, I can hardly use it. So, been on 44 minutes already. My, how time flies. Balsa density calculator. 12, 36, width 4, 16th. 3/16, there we go. Calculate. This is 5 pound wood. Right on, it's 5.08 pound wood. So it's acceptable, but I'd rather have 4 pound. But this is what we're going to use. 5 pound. I mean, let's see what this is. This might be what the killer is. 16 grams. Yeah. 16. One 6, 36. Width of balsa is 1/2 inch, 1/2, and the thickness is 1/2. 1/4/2. Calculate. It's good stuff. It's 339, 3.39 pound wood. Let's see. 17. Do it that way. 17. Calculate. Yep. This is 3.5 pound wood here. You can't hardly beat it. So that'll be the trailing edge. I probably don't even need to worry about hollowing it out. So I got to get this down to 1 ounce. Calculate. We're at 40 grams with everything here. So we're going to cut off 10%, so more than that. Yeah, this will be about 1 ounce, but then I got to add ribs, so and a center section. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to lay out a flat plate stab. A lot of guys don't like those. You know, they don't look quite as nice as an airfoiled stab, but they do work and work well, I think. And they're easy to build. When I start building the thing, I'll whip it out in no time. So let's lay it out here. We got 13 minutes. So I got between 27 and 30 inches on some of these planes. So I don't know why I was thinking 27 on some. So I got to think in my head. There's a Continental has a small elevator stabilizer, but the more stabilizer you have, the better the airplane recovers after a hard turn. So we'll make it long, I guess. We'll make it high aspect, 30 inches, and narrow at the tips. So let's measure it out, 30 inches. "15 inches is the center line. I need my other square, just because I can't find it. Yeah, there we are. We got it. So let's hack this off here. These are so easy to make. It's like falling off a log, man. Don't throw this wood away. These are the ribs. Okay, so we know we're going to want 4 inches in the center. Let's see how wide that fuselage is at the leading edge, approximately where it goes. Because I want to do what the Continental has. It has lots of tapers. So stabilizer goes right here, and it is 1.5 inches wide at the leading edge. 1.5. So draw a center line for this. And 3/4 and 3/4. 3/4 and 3/4. All right, I want more than, let's see, we got to have at least 3.5. That's 3.5. I don't want to lose much. I've been using 4-inch. I'll make it 3 3/4 and put very small taper on it. 3 3/4. 3 3/4. So we're only losing a 1/4 inch off the leading edge. Three 3/4. Two inches on the actually that's not enough either. Let's make it 2.5 inches on the tips. 2.5. 2.5. Remember, you gotta have stabilizer. If you have a real small stabilizer, they act squirrely when you pull out. So that was too big a radius. So we'll use this bottle here. And it'll have quite a bit of taper that way then. And that's very similar to what the Continental has. A lot of taper in this. It's half. Gotta get it closer. 2.5 up here. Let's see here. Gotta make it so it goes to that side, to that side. Okay. What I've done here is I've crossed over the lines. So I made the center section 1.5 inches, and I crossed the lines over. So I took this tip and went to the other side, so it crosses right in the center right there. But that's not how it's going to be. We're going to put a turnout in this. I wish I wouldn't have lost my templates on both sides. This thing has some giant wing fillets on it. That big around. The fillets on the leading edge. So I don't want to put all that on the back here, because then it'll end up tail heavy. It also has real funny tips on it. They're round. And the stabilizer comes out and up to 50% of this. So it's tapered up and goes around this way. So I don't know what we're going to do for that yet. That's too big. I might have to get out another can of beans or something. Let's take this piece off. We'll at least get an idea of the weight of what's going to happen here. And everything's subject to change at a moment's notice. Good. Following grain. 55 minutes. We only got 5 minutes left in this session. I'll give you an idea what the weight should be on this. I got to go back to work on the wing yet. So let's turn this over and make this side exact to what this is. And it already is. But we'll draw it out anyway. Yeah, that line's, I know you guys don't believe it, but that line will be straight. Pretty close. I've cut a few in my life. Got a little bump, one spot where the grain was hard. So we just take the sanding block. Okay, 2 skins this size. Let's see what it weighs. First skin weighs 8 grams, so that's a ½ ounce, 16. And then we're going to add the trailing edge and half as much for the leading edge and a couple of grams for the tips. So that'll give me a guesstimate on the weight of this. And guaranteed, no matter what I do, it's going to weigh 3 ounces completed. You know, you might get lucky and come in 2 and some change, but you're not going to get any drastic move from 3 ounces, that's for sure. Okay. $28 grams, so it's 1 ounce as it stands. 21 grams what we have here plus 7 or whatever. So it's going to be about 1 1/4 ounces, but this is a big stab. It's 30 inches. We'll lose a little bit in the sanding. It'll be right at 1 ounce, 1 1/8 ounces, somewhere in there. And you got 3/4 ounce for the horns and hinges and ½ ounce a piece for the elevators. It's 3 ounces. Any way you look at it. All right, guys, thanks for spending the hour with me. We'll see you again tomorrow night. I got to eat dinner and go to sleep and do it all over again tomorrow. And this weekend we're going to be in Cleveland for the Cleveland contest. And I'll refill the hotspot if I got any money left in PayPal. The donations have been way down this year. So if I got any money left in PayPal, I'll refill the hotspot and we'll stream from Cleveland. So, like, subscribe, share the videos, and until I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.